We'll step through the process for getting a 2012 server ready for installation of the management utilities. Our server is running Server 2012 Standard. We've joined the domain and then we've configured Windows Firewall in that order. Remember that we can't configure firewall settings for domain networks until we've joined the domain. If you're using Windows Firewall, you should check the documentation for the products you'll be installing to see how the firewall needs to be configured and taking into account any non-default ports you may be using. In Server Manager, click Add Roles and Features. When the wizard comes up, click Next. The installation type is the default. Click Next. Our server is highlighted. Click Next. Now we have the list of server roles. Check Application Server. Scroll down and check Web Server IIS. When you're prompted, click Add Features to include the features required by the selected roles. Click Next. The Features menu is displayed. Click .NET Framework 3.5 Features. Click Next. Information about Application Server is displayed. Click Next. In the Role Services for Application Server, click Web Server IIS Support. Click Add Features in the pop-up. Click Next. Information about the Web Server role is displayed. Click Next. Now we'll look at the role services for IIS. Under Common HTTP features, the ones we need are default document, directory browsing, HTTP errors, static content, and HTTP redirection, and those are already checked. Under Health and Diagnostics, we need HTTP logging, logging tools, and request monitor. And again, these are already checked. Scroll down to look at performance, and both the options we need, static and dynamic content compression, are checked. In security, we need request filtering, basic authentication, client certificate mapping authentication, digest authentication, IIS client certificate mapping authentication, IP and domain restrictions, URL authorization, and Windows authentication. And we have all of those checked. We'll scroll down and click the arrow to expand Application Development. And here we want to select all of the options under Application Development, so we'll check the ones that are not already checked. Finally, in Management Tools, we want to select all the options, and we'll expand IIS 6 Management Compatibility and check everything under it. Now we can click Next. Now, because we have specified .NET 3.5 features, we'll need to specify an alternate source path, as those features by default are not installed as part of the OS installation. Click the Specify an Alternate Source Path link. The text explains where to find the sources. So for example, if you have the Server 2012 installation DVD mounted as the E drive, you would enter the path e:/sources/SXS. On this system, we've copied that folder to the C drive, so we'll type in C:/SXS. Click OK, then click Install. When you get the message that installation has succeeded, click Close. In Server Manager, click Tools, then select IIS Manager. In order to use the Management Utility default ports 80 for HTTP and 443 for HTTPS, we need to remove the default website. Expand the server name in the left-hand menu. Expand Sites. Right-click Default Website, then select Remove. Click Yes to confirm. Now we'll install SQL Express 2012. We've downloaded the latest installation executable from Microsoft. Double-click and then Run. We'll select a new SQL Server installation. When the License Terms dialog is displayed, accept the license terms and click Next. We can accept the default feature selection. Click Next. We'll accept the default instance configuration. Click Next. For server configuration, again we'll accept the defaults and click Next. Now for the database engine configuration, we need to choose Mixed Mode as the authentication mode. We'll enter and confirm the password for the SQL Server System Administrator account. We need to add another user. Click Add. In the box, type System. Click Check Names, then click OK. Finally, if you're currently logged in as a user that's not listed as a SQL Server Administrator, click Add Current User. When you're finished, click Next. On the error reporting screen, click Next. Now the installation begins. Close the windows when the installation has completed successfully. You're now ready to install the management utilities.